Hello, thanks for joining us. So today obviously was the 100th anniversary flypast over central London, which I was very lucky to go to with my little boy Rafe. We managed to see it from the 17th floor in Liverpool Street, which was a pretty fantastic spectacle. So it had to be an RAF aircraft I would review today, so I'm having a little wander out to the shed. I found this bargain I got probably about 2 years ago, and it was an absolutely ridiculous bargain. So we've got three of the typhoon, as it's commonly known, so the early Mark typhoon with bombs with the half D-Day stripes underneath, so it's quite after D-Day, but where the typhoon was used really successfully as a ground attack aircraft. The typhoon is quite a hard one to get hold of nowadays. I know there's a few members of the site who are really keen on it, not mentioning Gary, who did the Wildcat for me, who's really keen to get this. And I think he's even gone as far as go to Canada to get hold of this aircraft. So the Typhoon is an absolute beast of an aircraft, and if you haven't followed them already, follow the guys who are in the process of restoring the Typhoon, hopefully for the 80th anniversary of D-Day in 2024. Follow Sam and his team over there, please follow them, they're doing a fantastic job. And you'll probably see them knocking up at a few air shows around the country, hopefully at Flying Legends as well this weekend, which I'll get to in a minute. You know, it's an aircraft that deserves to be restored and put back into the air, and there's so few of them around nowadays that, you know, it will be a real spectacle to see. So anyhow, the Typhoon really used well as a ground attack aircraft. With its 4 cannons and, you know, renowned for its rockets, but this one has got the bombs underneath, as you can see. I've got the new one, Pulverizer, as well, which was a bit of a cock up on Corgi's part there, as they managed to put the wrong size bomb on there on the aircraft, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it doesn't really detract from it because it is a magnificent piece of kit. So yeah, really good aircraft. And talk about the bargain I got. So you can see in the background, there's some Skymax Tempest 5s there, three of the exactly the same ones, as you can see. I managed to pick this little lot up. I know there's no boxes or certificates, so please don't shoot me down on that. I managed to pick them up for 30 quid, so works out a £5 a piece, you know, and this typhoon usually goes with its box and certificate and whatnot. It usually goes for 60, 70, 80 quid. And the Skymax Tempest, which I'll get to in a minute, usually go for a good 40 plus as well. So really nice aircraft. I'm very lucky to have three of them. Before anyone asked, no, they're not going anywhere, they're staying. I think they look quite nice all together. Well, eventually when the man cave gets built. So on to the second aircraft is the lovely Skymax Tempest 5. So absolute beast of an aircraft as well. So again, there's very few Tempests around. I think there's 1 or 2 in this country in terms of Tempest 5 at the RAF Museum and at Duxford. I know one at Duxford's hanging from the ceiling in the target tub colours. There's one being restored by the guys at Air Leasing for Graham Peacock's Anglia Air Restorations, and I've seen that up close when it was at North Weald. Quite a bit of work to do on it, but it's going to be an absolute magnificent aircraft when it's restored and up in the air. So the Skymax Tempest 5, as you can see, you know, this is in full D-Day marking. So if you compare this to this, this was post D-Day, so they've taken most of the band off around the fuselage and just gone for halves, just underneath rather than on top, because of the air, you know, they were so dominant in the air at the time. They just generally cut back on that, and this is a full D-Day, so this would have been around the first couple of weeks from June the 6th. Just to pick it up, you know, I haven't got any down undercarriage, which is a bit of a bummer, but as you can see, the full D-Day markings underneath, and obviously the big prop at the front there, which is really huge in comparison to the aircraft. Against the Skymax, a part of Hobby Master. They still exist, you know, knock out some of the rare aircraft, you know, like Devastators and whatnot as well. So, and they're really good models as well. I don't think they're really planning to knock out any more Tempests, because, you know, they have to retail at sort of 50, 60 quid a go. I don't know whether there's a market for them at that point, but, you know, again, another really good model. I've got a few Tempests out there. I'm still waiting for the target tug one to come up at a decent price, which I certainly will be looking for over the end of this summer. Well, yeah, look, that's it from me. I'll knock up a little review on the site later on. I'll get some pictures and have a good weekend, and hopefully see you knocking around at Flying Legends come Friday or the weekend. Take care.